Welcome to One Chemistry. Always try to do your best. Now, let us see about 100 concepts in organic chemistry. We are seeing it as episode. This is the episode number 45. If you didn't watch previous episodes, I encourage you to go and see. Here, we solve 5 problems step by step. Stay tuned. Let us see the first question. The starting metal is dibromocyclohexane. You are using the bulky base potassium tertiary butoxide. They ask you to find the product. They given the 4 choices. One is the elimination of 1 bromine, B is the elimination of 2 bromine, and C is the substitution of butoxide in opposite direction, or both substitution, disubstitution in the opposite direction, or anti-addition. So the 4 different products. So from the starting material and 4 different products, you might realize the question is really about stereochemistry versus elimination and substitution. The answer is B. Let us see how. The starting metal is in cyclohexane with 2 bromine. It's difficult to imagine in the planar form. You have to write in the chair form. 2 bromines are trans to each other. And here is in the bulky base. Bulky base never undergoes substitution. It's a non-nucleophilic base, so it never undergoes substitution. It abstracts the proton. Just abstract the proton in anti mode. So the anion is formed. The anion has to be quenched. So the bromine is eliminated. Here I shown a step by step. It will be the single step reaction. Then you have another bromine, another axial hydrogen. You have to remove in the same way. You have alkene formation. Here you have the question why the reaction will not stop at first step. Because you have driving force as conjugation as well as you have anti-peripheral hydrogen and bromine. So the answer is clearly B with diene, the cyclohexadiene. Here the concepts you have to learn here is tertiary butoxide is a base. It don't act as a nucleophile, so it don't go substitution. Second thing is mechanism is E1CP. Normally it will be like E2. It require anti-peripheral position. Then let us look at the next question. The starting metal is Hansa compound. The para dioxy group is there and long polymer chain of alkane is there. Then you have bromine in the ortho position. They ask you to find the absolute configuration. How you assign the absolute configuration in this kind of compound? Whether you assign as R or assign as S or assign as E or assign as Z. So from the question and possible configuration, you might realize question is really about your imagination versus absolute configuration. The answer is A. Let us see how. Here Hansa compound is there, so you have to imagine in the 3D way. 3D means what? You have to write benzene in the planar form. The benzene, 2 carbon towards you, 2 carbons against you and 2 carbon on the plane. The back side one written as dotted structure, the front one written as the solid wedge. So here how you name it? First you have to choose the pilot atom. Pilot atom means the atom above the plane. It's like pilot of the helicopter, the first atom out of the chiral plane. So you have to choose the pilot atom. After you choose the pilot atom gets high priority 1. Then the substituent always get the least priority 4. The other groups you have to write continuously. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Here the important point you have to note is least priority group need not to be the below the plane or back side of the plane. It can be either above or below. Here the choosing of pilot atom is important. So if you write it, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4 on clockwise. So the configuration is R. So the answer is clearly A. Here the concepts you have to learn here is choosing the pilot atom. Always you choose the pilot atom above the plane. The atom connected to the pilot atom always get high priority, and another point is heteroatom always get the least priority. Then let us look at the next question. The starting metal is nitrobenzoic acid, both in the para form. You are using Raney nickel. At high pressure, they ask you to find the product. Here 4 products are given, 4 are reduced to 1. A is reduction happen at benzene ring, B is reduction happen at acid, C is reduction happen at nitro, the D is reduction happen at nitro group. So there are the four possibilities. So from the question and four different answers, you might realize the question is really about where the reduction is occur, whether on nitro group or in the benzene ring or in the acid. The answer is D. Let us see how. Here the ideal answer will be reduction happen at nitro group to amine there. There will be many explanations for that. Normally the reduction of benzene ring require very high pressure. The 3 atmospheric pressure is very low. Moreover, reduction condition also simple, mostly facile, so benzene will not be reduced. Then you have the question is about NO2 and COOH, which will be reduced. Normally the more polar substituent can bind with the nickel there, you have to choose from the polarity. Normally the nickel is inert. The reduction ability decided by the functional group. NO2 group is more polar, or you can say more electron withdrawing, it can attach with the metal easily. So NO2 can attach with the metal, it will get reduced. You have final product amine there. So the answer is clearly D. Here the concepts you have to learn here is the reactivity of reduction defined by the functional group. More polar group will reduce and it will be the major product. Then let us look at the next question. The starting metal is thiophene attached with methyl group on third position and peroxybenzoate, and you are using benzene and heating it up. They ask you to find the product. Here the four answers are given. Four answers are differ in the bromine substitution. The first one bromine attached in the side methyl. Second one bromine attached in the second position. The third and fourth one attached in the ring. So from the question and possible four answers, you might realize the question is really about regioselective bromination, where the bromination occurs. The answer is A. Let us see how. Here you are using the radical initiator, which is berbenzoic acid derivative. So you are using radical initiator with N-bromosuccinamide. So you are having bromine radical, the radical formation. Bromine is normally bulky, so the CBr bond is very weak in N-bromosuccinamide, so it forms radical. The next, you are reacting it in ring. The same reagent also can react in the ring. The CH bond is more weaker when compared to the ring hydrogen, because ring hydrogen attached with the sp2 carbon. The side chain hydrogen attached with the sp3 carbon, so it forms radical easily. So you have radical and you have bromine radical already. You have side chain substituted bromine there. So the answer is clearly A. Here the concepts you have to learn here is normally the beracid group is the radical initiator and CH bond and bromine bonds are weak. It always form radicals. Then let us look at the next question. They are asking which reaction will undergo through E1CP mechanism, the conjugate base mechanism. They given the four different choices. The A option will be 2-bromobentane with tertiary butoxide and it gives pentene. And second one is nitromethane with benzaldehyde in presence of KOH. It gives styrene. And C1 is bromobenzene with sodamide, give aniline. And the D1 they given parachloronitrobenzene with sodium methoxide to give paranitроанизол. Four different reactions they given. From the question and possible four answers, you might realize the question is really about mechanism versus reagents and reactants. The answer is B. Let us see how. Here let us look at the B1 directly. You have nitroethane. You have nitroethane, you are in the base. The hydrogen is active hydrogen, it abstracted by the base, you have anion. Then the anion attacks, you have addition reaction, you have H and OH. Here you have beta hydrogen is there, so elimination is possible. So it will go through E1CP mechanism. So the anion is formed there, it will try to help the elimination of OH group. So finally the water elimination, you have alkene there. So the water elimination with beta hydrogen occurred with E1CP mechanism. So the answer is clearly B there. Let us look at the other choices. 2-bromobenzene with tertiary butoxide, obviously it will go through E2 mechanism. And bromobenzene with sodamide, whenever you see sodamide with aryl bromide, you might think of benzene mechanism. The third one will be parachloronitrobenzene with sodium methoxide. It will normally undergo addition elimination mechanism. The nitro group and chlorine group provide the electronegative space for the substitution reaction. So it will go through addition elimination mechanism. Here the concepts you have to learn here is the beta hydrogen elimination of nucleophilic addition in the carbonyl always undergo through E1CP mechanism. That's all from this episode. I hope it was easy. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, comment below. Stay tuned for next episode.